So this Sportster build's about as stripped down as I'm going to take it. So the way I like to do a project is I'll buy the bike, the car, the motorbike, the jet ski, whatever it may be, and then over a few months I'll purchase all the parts I need to do the build. I mean, in this case I've got a new front wheel, I've got a new set of exhausts, I've got some new handlebars, grips, headlight, all the paint's been purchased. So I mean, if you was to buy it all in one lump sum, it will cost an arm and a leg. But the way I do a build, it spreads the cost out for a few months, and luckily I'm not in a massive rush to get this bike built as we're in the middle of the lockdown. Coronavirus has shaken up the pot this year. Summer is actually around the corner, so I thought best get cracked on and get this built. With every project I do, the first thing you need to do is take the battery off. It's just a bit of safety, and I've already done this on this bike. The next thing on this bike is to take this seat off, and we'll progress on to do the suspension, the back wheel, the exhaust, the tank, the front wheel, the handlebars. Everything's going to get off for paint, so I'm going to send the tank off. I'm going to sort the front fender out, the rear fender out. There's a few little brackets, as with most Harley Davidsons, there's quite a lot of rust on them. So the horn's rusty, some of the engine mounts are rusty. On this bike the rear shockers are shot, so all them are all new pieces. But yeah, keep watching. I'm just going to take it all apart now, and I'm going to show you how to do a respray later on, how to fit the exhaust. But once it's all complete, I'll just do a complete service on it, and hopefully you can follow me on the journey with that one, and see how it's all done. So keep watching. So you're taking things apart, just make sure you put your bolts, you know, all back together. You don't lose anything that way. Or when you come back to put it all together again, you know where everything is. Can't beat a good brew while you're working. So what I'm going to do to free up a bit of space to take this back wheel off is remove this Vanta 9's exhaust that's on it. I'm not too sure if it's a full-on Vanta 9's, I think it's just slip-ons, but still, be up for sale shortly if anybody wants it. So to finish getting this exhaust off, I've actually got to take off the foul controls. So I'm going to skip this part and come back once the exhaust's removed. So that's the last part of the exhaust removed. It was a bit stubborn. This bike's just had a hard life. Pretty much every bolt is rusty, seized up, rock solid. Took a bit of doing. Halfway through doing the exhaust, I found out I had to take the four controls off this bike, or at least this control arm anyway, just to give that a little bit of access for these bolts here to drop the exhaust out. As you can see now, the tank's off, the seat's off, the exhaust's off, the cover's off for the front pulley on the belt. Now it's time to take the back wheel off and remove the rear suspension, and then remove this rear arch, and we're cooking on gas, we're winning. So that's the back wheel off. It was a bit fiddly. I had to take the guard off for the belt. I just wanted enough clearance between the brake on the other side to get the wheel out. As you can see, I'm a bit cramped in this garage, but I suppose most people on the planet don't have a nice fancy workshop, and I'm just a normal guy building bikes in his garage, so yeah, I'm just getting by. So we're about there, we're stripping this bike down now. As you can see, we've got the tank off, we've got the seat off, we've got the rear mudguard off, we've got the chrome trims on the back with the indicators on, we've got the exhaust off, we've got the belt off, rear shockers are all removed. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the front wheel, the front mudguard and the handlebars. I need to take this air cleaner off, and other than that, that's about it for stripping this bike down. I need to separate everything that's off the powder coat. I'm going to do all the respraying myself, and the rest of it will be all a mixture of new pieces or the old bits all restored. So this Sportster build's about as stripped down as I'm going to take it. All the major parts are off: the fuel tank, the swing arm, back wheel, seat, all the front suspension, handlebars, everything's now been removed. There's a huge pile of parts that I've gone through to powder coat: the back wheel, swing arm, a few little rusty brackets. Hopefully I'll be collecting that soon. The fuel tank, if you remember, that had a big dent in it, so that's gone off to be filled, and then I'll show you a bit of a quick how I do a respray on sorting the tank and the metal tin work out on this. The major job next is to tackle this engine. It's going black. I've actually found a nice paint. It's a VHT Crackle Black. You generally just spray it on, heat it up, and it adds a nice finish. It crackles, but I will show you how to do that on a bit later on in this video. I think next year I'll be putting a 1200 kit on this. If you've ever rode an 883 Sportster, you know they're not the most fastest of bikes, but yeah, that'll be a nice little addition probably next winter for next summer. There's a few tiny little brackets on the back of this bike that needs sorting out, and if you look, the chassis got a few rusty patches, so I'll wire brush those out, treat them, give them a good bit of paint. I think next winter this bike will have all chassis all powder coated, ready for next summer. So yeah, let's progress and get this engine painted up nice and black.